got to Belize in record time. Welcome to a Coppola virtual vacation. My name is Martin Krediet. I'm the general manager here at Turtle Inn. We will transport you now to a bit of paradise and give you a taste of the Coppola Hideaways, a collection of intimate resorts located around the world. Today we start here at Turtle Inn in Belize. Each of Coppola's hideaways have a personal story of connection for Francis and his family. He personally discovered and fell in love with the local culture and natural setting at each location. Every quarter we will be taking you on a journey to one of the 6 Coppola hideaways so that you can discover local cuisine, a recipe, cocktails, wine, or a story about the local culture to fall in love with and bring to life wherever you call home. Follow me. Turtles welcoming you right at the front entrance. As we dive under the palapa, we immerse ourselves in this beautiful giant roof with beautiful setting and lighting. We have a bit of wine, just a little bit. And we make our way into the Mare dining room. Right this way. Here's Ocho. One of the treats we offer here at Turtle Inn is a black and white silent movie night. A fantastic collection of vintage Laurel and Hardy, Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, little bag of popcorn with your partner or your family, and you have a fantastic evening right here at the Mare dining room. Follow me this way. Well, here we are, Chef
Hello.
Julian Chiak. How you doing,
Hi,
Chef?
nice to meet you, sir.
Great to see you.
Great to see you too.
How's everything today?
Everything is very good.
How long have you
Very
been here now,
exciting.
Chefy?
I'm here for 10 years now.
Me too.
And I started as dishwasher, but the really hard work pays a lot.
Well, listen, the kitchen is always a lot of work, and you're going to show us a little bit about a ceviche, which is a simple dish, really, because there's not a lot of ingredients, but it's so delicious and so perfect for this surrounding and for a beach vacation, virtual for now, but reality very soon. So walk us through as you're chopping and telling us a little bit about the ingredients one by one.
Okay.
And if you have a special touch or a special secret to make this a really nice, fresh, tropical ceviche.
Okay. Okay, what we have right here is some tomatoes, onions, shrimps, fresh squeezed lime juice, cilantro, and we have salt and pepper right here.
Perfect.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut some onion.
So all the chopping techniques
Yeah,
is
all the
basically as very small,
Very
diced.
small diced, yes.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. And of course the ingredients have to be fresh.
Everything is fresh from our organic garden.
Tell me a little bit about your garden, because I call it your garden.
Yes, it's our garden. It's a very small garden. It's really 100% organic, which I can say it's organic because we use our natural compost, which is
Look how fast
our-
you're chopping that onion.
our chicken manure and the seaweed from the ocean, and to balance the pH of the soil, we use the ashes
Don't cut yourself
from
short.
the wood
Wood burning oven as
wood
well.
burning oven,
So
yeah.
seaweed, chicken manure, ashes from the wood burning
Yeah.
oven, and some plant leftovers, I guess.
Yes.
So we have a really natural compost in the organic garden. The garden is just under an acre, right behind the kitchen. So I call it the chef's garden,
Yeah.
because they get to enjoy that every day. What do we grow in the garden at the moment?
Right now we have some herbs I can talk about. Is we have some mint, we have thyme, we have dill, we have oregano, we have rosemary.
Fantastic.
We have peppermint, spearmint if you want some tea. We have all of those and
Herbal
some vegetables.
teas, that's
Yeah,
always
herbal
delicious.
teas.
So it really
Yeah.
complements the dishes that we have. And I think we have some vegetables like string beans, cherry tomatoes, eggplant.
Yes, everything.
Perfect.
Yeah,
That's
it's
really
fresh.
nice to hear.
Yeah.
The garden
Yeah.
is fully stocked at the moment. So what is the prep time for
So
this?
what time it's like maybe 15 to 20 minutes. So what I'm doing right now, I'm going to pour the lime juice on top
Onto
of
the
the shrimp. so the acidic can cook the shrimp.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We'll let that cook.
So on the other thing, we're gonna put salt on the vegetables, so the vegetables can release all those liquid from it.
Perfect.
So it has a nice juice. Okay.
Okay.
So meanwhile, I will cut
Cilantro.
cilantro,
One of my
fresh.
favorite things
Yes.
to put in anything, really. Not just ceviche. So chop it up finely as well, like
Yes.
a parsley. While this is cooking,
Yeah, while that one is marinated.
this is getting juiced up. Everything is working at the moment. We have, of course, chips later on to serve with the ceviche. You can make this ceviche obviously with shrimp, conch, lobster, or a combination thereof.
Yes, and fresh fish as well. We get from the ocean. We do that as well.
Placentia Village, I speak
Yes.
about that quite often. Obviously, we're just a mile and a half away from this village. Is a small fisherman's town, very charming. The fishermen come in every day off the reef at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and you buy the fish right off the dock. So my chefs have their own dock to dish system going on, and we have our own garden right here to combine and make these delicious dishes.
See?
So the shrimp keeps cooking a little
Yeah.
bit in lime. Obviously, this has to marinate for typically,
At least 5 minutes it marinates.
and the spicy kick
Yeah.
is really because of the cilantro,
Yeah.
or you can add some hot sauce to it.
Yeah, that's the secret ingredient is the hot sauce or Marie Sharp.
Marie Sharp's is a
Yeah.
local hot sauce. Must have a
But
Marie
mostly
Sharp's.
we do from our organic garden. We do habaneros. We just chop some habaneros inside that makes it really well as well.
Even better, our own
Even better,
habaneros.
yeah.
Well, while you're cooking right there, I'm going to talk a little bit about the wine pairing, because with any meal, of course, you need to have a perfect wine pairing. Specifically for this dish, the Coppola Winery recommends a rosé. It's a wonderful dried flowers, strawberry, orange, like spiced tea, apricot taste notes, and this rosé is excellent to go with this ceviche. If you're not a rosé type, but more of a sparkling type, then there is the Sofia Rosé. Oh, and wait, what a perfect timing as my coworker walks in who loves
Somebody say sparkling wine.
who loves sparkling. It's right here. This is Christine Gardensi, our sales and marketing director, and thanks for joining us. It's so nice to see you here.
Nice to see you too.
You
It's
know how
nice to
to-
be back in Belize.
You know how to time it
My
right.
favorite sound in the whole world.
Wow.
Nothing like Sophia Brut Rosé popping. This is one of the newer rosés from the Sparkling Collection. There was a Blanc de Blanc, I think, to start, and the Brut Rosé, I believe, was the most recent addition in the Sparkling Collection
Correct.
of the beautiful Sophia wines.
So what do you think of ceviche? Is that one of your dishes you can't wait to have when arriving in Belize?
Yes, I love that it's so simple to make, and you can make it at home and learn how to make it here. I love that it can be showcased here while doing a wine tasting in the wine aquarium. And I also love that when you have it here, in addition to having shrimp ceviche that you're so wonderful at making, Julian,
Okay, great.
you can have conch, you can have lobster in season. But today we're featuring the shrimp because it's an easier ingredient to get at home.
I say cheers to that. Chef, if you can serve up a little dish with the chips so we can
Okay.
have a final taste on the ceviche,
Okay.
then we'll have a little taste of this in the meantime.
Yes.
I'm so excited you're here. I hope I'll get to see you on this virtual tour throughout the next 20 minutes.
I might show up a time or two.
Okay, well, that sounds like a good idea. In the meantime, this is really very nice, actually. I love the
Really
Brut. It's a
great.
great addition after the first edition of the sparkling.
And this pairs well, I think, with not just this wonderful ceviche dish, but with so many things that you do here. I mean, one of the things that impressed me most when I first started working for the Hideaways is how many cuisines you have at Turtle Inn.
That's correct. We actually obviously have a lot of seafood because we're right here on the Caribbean Sea, and it comes in fresh daily. So seafood is the number one offering right here at the Mare Dining Room. We also offer Italian. Of course, the roots of the Coppolas are Italy, so we need to have authentic fresh pastas and Napolitana-style pizzas. We have a wood-burning oven, which the chef uses the ashes for in the organic garden for compost. Then we have a Creole cuisine, which is really the local rice and beans and stews in a charming little shack type of restaurant on the lagoon side. It's exactly what you want to dine at when you're arriving in a place like Belize. And we have the Gogan Grill, a lobster grill on the beach, feet in the sand, super romantic, little lights overhead. And then twice a week, as a fifth offering, we have Dutch Indonesian rice tafel.
Why would we have that?
Well, my roots happen to be Dutch, and Francis and I were sitting here one time to talk about an addition to the menu, and he has such a passion for the Indonesian culture that our conversation very quickly came together, and we decided on adding these beautiful dishes. It's like a tasting menu of 15 little dishes with tapas, Indonesian tapas, right brought to your table in the shape of a flower. It's quite amazing.
It's my favorite, I have to say, of all the meals we have here, and it's something I've never had anywhere else in the world. I haven't had the pleasure of going to Holland or travel through Indonesia, but I can come to Belize and have all of these cuisines at Turtle Inn and still be in an intimate setting. Normally when you hear about, a place that has 3 restaurants and 5 cuisines, you imagine some sort of overgrown giant resort with 100 rooms and 200 guests, but it's so much more intimate here. Yet the plethora of amenities is astounding. It's just abundance all around here.
No need to leave. And of course, we work for a filmmaker, but he's also a winemaker. We have quite a selection here, so no need to leave to find good wine either. We have it all right here at the Turtle Inn on site.
Should we move on to our diamond rosé?
Yes, let's give that a taste. And I think the ceviche is pretty much done. So we're going to have this along with the ceviche. Chef, thanks very much.
Thank you, Chef Julian.
Sir.
Let's give this a taste. Let's put this right here so we can take a close look at it.
I feel like I'm on the Today Show having the chef recipe right after, but even better, I'm in Belize at Turtle Inn.
I mean, and to have this ceviche made fresh in front of your eyes, it's quite a treat. We have our private island Coral Key. I'm going to talk about that a little later, but it's one of my favorite places to have such a meal because the conch and the fish and shrimp, it comes right from around you, and it's made for you right there, fresh, by the chef. Chef Julian Chiak, for the last 10 years. Thank you very much for
welcome.
cooking
Thank you,
for us.
Chef.
I'm going to have a little taste myself
Please
as
do.
well.
It's
'cause
absolutely delicious. The acid in it, such a delicate balance, and you've struck all the right notes in it. And of course, with these fresh garden ingredients, you can't go wrong. And this is a great place for people to come taste wines. I'm sure our guests, I know, while you're chewing, I'll keep talking.
Keep talking.
And this wine aquarium, as Francis likes to refer to it, there are plenty of hotels in the world who have beautiful wine cellars, and you go down to a cave and check out the wine collection. But again, we're in a tropical setting, so showcase the wine this way. And this is another, wow for guests when they first arrive here. They approach the property, they see the sea, and then over their shoulder they see this amazing wine collection. Great start to a great vacation.
Makes you want to drink. I'm going to take them to the next wow factor right here at the pool. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you later on, I hope.
Thanks for
Chef, once
including
again,
me.
thank you very much, and we'll see you in a few. Off to the pool we go. The pool is obviously where you're going to spend the most of your time. For that reason, we have multiple pools here at Turtle Inn, one being the oval pool. This is a fantastic egg-shaped pool right here in the middle of the grounds. Family style, everybody is welcome. A fun story, last year Francis turned 80 years old, and we had all the staff on the lawn lined up in the shape of an 8 with the oval pool next to it. It spelled out 80, and we all looked up and waved our hands and said a big congratulations. I was lucky enough to attend his birthday and was able to hand him a beautiful photograph from all of us here at Turtle Inn. Follow me to the bar. The oval pool is situated on 17 acres right here. We have 27 dwellings. I'll talk about that a little bit more in the next segment. But for the meantime, we're going to go to the Laughing Fish Bar, where we're going to be enjoying a nice afternoon cocktail. Right this way. As you can see, we have lots of space, great for social distancing, and lots of privacies and space in between the cottages and the villas. Well, hello Christine, you made it over to the bar very quickly.
I was in a rush.
You're probably in the mood for one of these drinks.
I am, absolutely.
So here we are at the Laughing Fish Beach Bar, where everybody gathers for happy hour and throughout the day. One of the newest endeavors that Francis has put in place is liquor. And Christine is going to talk a little bit about that new venture.
Yes, one of my many prides of working for this beautiful company and this wonderful family is that they created a spirits brand that actually honors great women in history. And why did they choose to do that? Well, Francis felt all the men in history that get all the notoriety, whether it be philosophy or science or politics, it tends to be men. I like Eleanor's quote even better. Why do all the history books speak of men and not women? Because the men wrote the books.
There you have it.
So there are 5 spirits now that the Coppolas have come up with. Francis got very involved with each of the women that he wanted to honor with each of these spirits. And today, my understanding is Jimmy here is going to make us a beautiful cocktail made from the new rye whiskey.
Delicious.
That one is named after Dorothy Arzner. So for someone who doesn't know who she is, she's actually the first woman to make a silent film, which happened to be called Manhattan Cocktail. That was way back in 1928. And as her career progressed, she decided that she would be a mentor and became a film teacher at UCLA. Happens to be where Francis Ford Coppola and Eleanor went to film school and where they met.
Fantastic
So
story.
this particular whiskey, you can go ahead and start making it for us. So the special cocktail honors Dorothy Arzner. And I can't wait to have this because I haven't tried this cocktail yet. Other spirits to point out, the first one was Ada Lovelace and a beautiful gin that the Coppolas make. We have a Hypatia, which is an Amaro, but is much less sweet than a traditional Amaro, so one of my favorites. Have you tried the vodka yet?
I have certainly tried the vodka a few times over, to be honest. I love a good vodka martini, a little dirty with an olive, straight up. It's a perfect way to end a day and to begin the evening. But this wonderful drink that Jimmy is making right now looks fantastic. It's actually served over a coconut water ice cube. So it's a very popular way to serve this drink back in Brazil. But we have it right here on the beach in Belize. It looks fantastic. There's some decoration frozen into the ice cube, which makes it an even more festive drink. Thank you very much, Jimmy.
Coconuts tend to be an inspiration for cocktails here on a regular basis, don't they?
They grow right in the trees above us, so we harvest cocktails right out of the trees and bring them to the beach bar and turn them into wonderful cocktails right out of the coconut husk itself. The guys chop them up for you right here at the beach bar. It's a spectacular sight and it really makes you want to have another one and makes you feel like you're on vacation. Although virtual for now, I hope you're going to be having one in reality right here on the beach with me soon, or with us.
So we're ready to sip this cocktail while we're sitting here at the Laughing Fish Bar, enjoying this beautiful rye whiskey over a coconut ice cube. Thank you so much, Jimmy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay.
Cheers, cheers, cheers.
Why don't we talk a little bit about all of the beautiful amenities you have related to the beach and the sea here at Turtle Inn?
So there's 1,000 foot of beachfront here basically. We have floating docks where they can come out and deliver one of those coconuts we just spoke about by kayak. We have paddle boards. You can paddle right to Placencia Village, which is a very charming little fisherman's town where you can visit the locals, do some shopping, walk the sidewalk. It's super charming and very colorful. We have kayaks on the beach, snorkeling, fishing, scuba diving. Of course, Belize is known for its Great Barrier Reef, the second largest in the world. Of course, the first one is in Australia, and the third one, not many people know, is in the Bahamas. That's also pretty close by. So from all the activities here on the beach, there's many to pick. Probably my favorite is paddleboarding, because my dog likes to sit on the front and take a ride with me while I go to work. It's a horrible commute. And pull up right here to the beach, to the Laughing Fish Beach Bar. So what is your favorite thing to do on the beach?
I think, and I got to do it already because I'm not on a virtual vacation, I'm on a real vacation, although I'm working a little bit while I'm here. We just had an amazing day of snorkeling just the other day here. Beautiful, calm water. Whether you're an experienced snorkeler or you are a diver, people are really blown away. We were out on that boat with some folks that have gone on many snorkeling trips throughout the world. They were so impressed with how many fish they saw, how beautifully clear the water was that day, and the beautiful sunset coming back. It was a glorious day out there.
It was a treat for sure. And if you're into sailing, there's little trimarans we have here on the beach as well. Perfect boats to learn how to sail for young and old. So Plenty to do, or of course just hang by the pool, which I just showed you. We have multiple pools on the property where you can enjoy a drink or a snooze and see the day go by.
Don't miss hammock time, that's what I'd say.
Cheers to that. Once again, this cocktail is delicious.
Thank you,
It's
Jimmy.
the right time of the day to have one.
Shall we share some dwellings?
We'll take another stroll, and I'm going to show you a little bit about the type of dwellings we have. Francis doesn't want to call them rooms, they're dwellings. We have 27 rooms in all at the property. They're all private villas and cottages, nicely spaced out from each other, all screened in, open air. So you hear the sound of the waves, the birds, and the rushing of the leaves. It is what the tropics is all about, and you don't want to shut that out of your room.
Absolutely
this is
not.
what this property is all about. If you would close that all in, you would suck the soul right out of what the intention was of this kind of village on its own. So we'll take a little walk. I'll see you on the other end.
See you at one of the dwellings.
Enjoy the rest of the cocktail, and we'll take a stroll on Ocean Drive right here. We're going to do a little walk and talk, and I'm going to show you all a little bit more about the dwellings. We have 27 in total, as I mentioned earlier. Cottages, single cottages, and double villas. How this all happened and how this got started was back in 1981, actually, when Francis purchased Blancano Lodge, which he purchased after spending a lot of time in the Philippines and fell in love with the culture and the type of setting of jungle, beach, and little islands. Blancano was used for his own personal purposes for many years, and after he opened that up to the public, he wanted to add a hotel to complement the jungle location. This is where he bought and found Turtle Inn. It was a very small hotel with about 12 dwellings, very simple, very rustic, but Hurricane Iris took that all away. The whole property was gone. So it was time to rebuild, and a bit of a blessing in disguise to rebuild it the way he really wanted it, and brought back all these artifacts and decor which he picked up in Bali. Eleanor Coppola is very big on textiles. She's an expert, so you'll see a lot of these nuances in the dwellings. They're beautifully appointed. This is a double villa, and we have a single cottage right behind us. So there's room for couples or families, and you can expand your party for multi-generational visits. So here we are, walking up to the Family Pavilion, one of the most favorite dwellings. It comes with a butler, a private pool, your private entrance, and it's fantastic for families and multi-generational families. While here, the butler, who is kind of like your tutor, your guide, your babysitter, your kids camp leader, they do everything. They will take care of your family front to end while you're here at Turtle Inn. So we call it the Coppola Cast. It's kind of part of the curriculum we offer as well. While families live abroad for 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, everybody likes to travel a little longer these days or linger longer, and you get one of these butlers to be completely in charge of your family while the kids can still do online school and the parents are at the spa. We have a fantastic spa with Thai masseuses on the property, so no need to waste your time doing nothing. Follow me to the Family Pavilion, where we have 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a private entrance, and a phenomenal table, which I call the Caribbean version of the Godfather's desk. Francis likes to stay here while he's on property and sits right there and watches the day go by. Here we are at the Family Pavilion. Hey Elmer.
Hi, Mr. Martin.
Nice to see you here. And nice to see you here.
I never miss a wine tasting.
How did you get here so quickly again?
Fast on my feet.
Well, wonderful. This is, as I mentioned earlier, kind of the Caribbean version of the Godfather's desk. It's a wonderful place to sit and do a little wine tasting. Elmer's going to open up 2 wonderful wines for us.
I think we're drinking from the Diamond Collection today, right?
As we should.
Yes, it's a diamond day.
It's a diamond day.
And this is one of, many great places you can do a wine tasting throughout the property. I know we were in the wine garden earlier. What are your other favorite places to encourage guests to sip some wine?
Well, there's many places to do that. In the comfort of your own home, we have amazing docks, both on the seafront and on the lagoon. The lagoon side has spectacular sunsets. Right next door from our dive shop is what we call the Lagoon Bungalow, which is owned by Roman Coppola. And it's a very, very rustic but perfect setting, house on the lagoon, which kind of feels like a ship
Yeah,
once you're
I
inside
agree.
of it. It has a pool underneath, so that's a fantastic spot to sit and have a wine tasting right before you go on a sunset cruise on a beautiful 1951 Chris Craft that Roman has, which can take you around a little lagoon tour or to Placencia Village. Coral Key
Yes.
is another fantastic spot. We have a private island called Coral Key, just 9 miles offshore, which you can rent out in its entirety. It's just an acre and a half, but with dwellings on it, so you take over the entire place, and with friends or family, up to 10 guests. And that dock is another favorite dock of mine to have cocktails or sunset wine tasting, along with Goldie, the island dog.
Yes.
Must love dogs. So those are some of the spots I would choose to have a wine tasting with some locally made cheese paired up with it.
Yeah, I love that
Brilliant.
you've added that within the last few years, right, to complement these beautiful diamond wines that the Coppolas have been making over the years. I know today we're having a gorgeous Pinot Noir and a Chardonnay, and paired with the local cheeses is the way to go, whichever location you choose. Another favorite accommodation, one of our dwellings, is right next door to us. So we're here at the Family Pavilion, but next to us is Sophia Coppola's home here.
Thank you, Elmer. You're welcome.
Thank you. So that's one of my favorite spots to also stay and have a glass of vino.
It's a very different type of dwelling. It was done by a French architect called Laurent Derot, so it's a different style. He's very much known for the butterfly roof concept. So normally roofs are like this, butterfly roofs are like that. And it's a fantastic compound with 2 private guest houses in the back, and the main house has another 2 bedrooms with a media room you can turn into a 5th bedroom. So bring all your friends and start your virtual fun.
Let's have some virtual.
Virtual
Real.
wine. Cheers. So
Real
this one, the Chardonnay, the Pavilion Chardonnay, it's really, kind of sense of pineapple. That's always good for Chardonnay. It's not as buttery, but there is some butterscotch that you taste.
Yep. Little green apple.
Minerals, lemons, fresh, really refreshing. Great with seafood.
And we have plenty of seafood here. I would love this with our lobster. Certainly could be good with any of our ceviche dishes. But I think this would actually pair well with some of the Italian foods that we have.
Correct. It's 100% Chardonnay, 9 months French oak. So it has a nice, bold and heavy taste and flavor to it, which I love for a good Chardonnay.
Should we move on to some red?
Absolutely. I'm not shy.
I do want to point out, this is something the Coppolas are famous for, that they're really involved in all the details, right? And Francis designed on the claret bottle this beautiful fishnet kind of finish. So it's a distinguishing feature when you're looking for a great wine. This is something that, one of the many trademarked items that the Coppolas have come up with over the years. This one happens to be about wine. Maybe talk a little bit, as we sip this Pinot Noir, about a unique trademarked item we have here.
Well, while I taste the blackberry, the ripe currants, and the notes of raspberry and pomegranate, we have what we call the shell phone. It's a kind of a movie prop that was doctored up in the CID department, which stands for the Crazy Idea Department. So where all the props are being built for the films that Francis has done. So very fun, gimmicky way to order room service. It really works. It's our intercom system with the front desk. And you order up your room service, your glass of wine, your room service, housekeeping, anything you need for the day.
Coffee in the morning.
Coffee in the morning, favorite way to start the day with the sun coming up right in front of us. It's pretty spectacular. So the shell phone is patented, it's unique, and it's a favorite for everybody that stays here. Every single unit every dwelling has a shell phone, and nobody is shy to use it.
Not at all.
So this is beautiful, 100% Pinot Noir, also aged on French oak. And it's made with the grapes from Pinot Noir grapes in Oregon, where Francis recently bought another winery.
Yes, Domaine de Broglie,
Just
one
for
of the
the
newest
grapes.
ones. So we're now up to 4 wineries total. And such a blessing to have these beautiful wines here in Belize. That's something that you're not going to find in a lot of Central American locations. Other countries, Mexico or other places, probably have great rums and maybe great tequilas, but getting great wine when you're on a Caribbean holiday is hard to find. And so we're lucky to be able to showcase them here.
Or pack it up before you go to Coral Key and bring these great wines to your own private island.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's a luxury problem.
Yes.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Here's to another virtual experience, and thanks to Elmer for serving these beautiful wines. We'll enjoy a few more
We always do.
and take it from there.
Absolutely. You better believe it.
You better believe it.